What's up, runners? I'm Coach Julie, and I partner with Brooks today to answer questions about finding your running pace. Whether you're training for an ultra marathon or just a jog around your block, it's important that you know your own running pace. Here's our first question. What is running pace? Running pace is your average time per mile while you're running. Now that we know what pace is, let's go to the next question. How exactly do I figure out my running pace? One of the easiest ways to find your running pace if you have access to a track is to go to the track and at a moderately hard effort, but not all out race pace, run 4 laps on the track. That equals 1 mile. That will give you an idea of what your pace per mile can be. Keep in mind though that running on a track is different than running on the roads or running on trails. If you don't have access to a track, you can go out on a loop that you know how far it is, based upon using your watch or your smartphone to measure. Run that same loop at a moderately hard effort and see what it is. If that's a 2-mile loop, break it down and you'll get your pace per mile. How do I know if I'm running the right pace for me? One test I like to use is the conversational test. If you're able to hold a full conversation with your friend while running, you're probably at an appropriate pace, especially for a longer run. But if you're only able to get out a couple words or a phrase or maybe a sentence at most, you're probably going just a little bit too fast unless you're running like a tempo or more of a race type of effort. Besides the conversational check, another good way is to go back after your run, looking at your watch or your smartphone, and check your splits. If you see a trend of negative splits, which is actually a positive thing, that's where you start at one pace and you gradually drop the pace down per mile. On the other hand, positive splits, which is a little bit negative, is when you start to see the trend going the other way, as in you started too fast and you're spiraling downwards a little bit. So based on what you see from your trends of either negative or positive splits, you can go back from there and adjust to find your perfect running pace. What is a split exactly? Besides another reason for runners to love bananas. A split is what you would find in a run or a race when you start to break down your mile pace. So in a 5K at 3 miles, it would be your 1 mile split, your 2 mile split, and your time for the 3rd mile. Okay, next question. Why is it important to know my running pace? So it's important to know your running pace so that you can feel the best over the long run, and maybe eventually you'll even want to enter a race. While that might not be your ultimate goal, it is a great way to be able to track your progress over time and see improvement, which we all love to see. So how do I pick up the pace? There are several different ways that you can do this. And you've probably heard runners talk about different types of runs, whether that be a long run, an interval run, a tempo run, or a race. This can all start to get a little bit confusing. So what does it mean? Basically, it's just variety in your running, not just running every day at the same pace. While that sounds great, what can happen is a tendency to maybe run too fast or too long or burn out. And we want to avoid those things. So, easy days easy and hard days hard. That's the best way to run happy longer. So to recap, number 1, find your perfect running pace. Number 2, add variety to your runs. It makes running more interesting, more fun, and you'll get faster over time. Number 3, measure that progress by signing up for a race. Again, you'll have a lot of fun, make new friends, and get faster. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Run a steady mile over that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Got a split.